Welcome back to 7 at 4, time for Pet Talk. Julie Rickman, Roanoke Valley SPCA, and my man Georgie hanging out down here.
That's right.
Look at this little fella, huh?
He's becoming a star today.
That he is. He's still trying to figure out. There's a lot of bright lights in here, a lot of cameras.
He's a little fella, so
Yeah.
I think he has to get a little warmed up.
Yeah, everything's a lot bigger than you, aren't it?
That's right.
But you got a strong heart in there,
That's
man.
right.
Yes, you do.
Such a good boy.
Before we talk about deaf pets and kind of how we can navigate life with that, let's talk about Georgie a little bit. Who is this dude?
So this is Georgie. He's about 2 years old, available for adoption today. Today's his first day. He's only about 12 pounds. He does really warm up and gets really social. He had the zoomies with me earlier and was like running around. And
That's you, man.
that's you.
You were just looking at yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's good to hear you got the zoomies.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good.
So he's still really young. I think he just has to kind of get a little bit more familiar with his space, and then he really opens up.
Yeah, and you said you guys just got him, so he's
Just a few days ago, but neutered, microchipped, ready to go.
This is the one. If you live somewhere you can't have a big dog,
He's a good one.
I think Georgie might just be your guy.
Absolutely.
Isn't that right? You're so
Such
sweet.
a good boy.
You are. Those big old brown eyes.
know.
Aye. Beautiful coat too. So we'll move on from Georgie there and talk about deaf pets.
Yeah.
Because this is something that if folks need to know about. I mean, this is definitely a challenge that if you have a deaf pet.
Yeah. What do you do?
Yeah.
How do you work with them? And chances are, if you have a pet that lives long enough, they could also go deaf. So we have deafness from congenital defects. So they might be born deaf. They may have an accident and become deaf, and or they could go deaf with age. And so I think it's a really great topic because you might want to start now working with your pet. So if you have a dog or a cat, and they know commands, you could also start incorporating like hand signals. So, teaching them sit or doing a hand signal, and you can make things up. You can use American Sign Language if you want, sit, something like that. But something to start with now so that they recognize those signs. But if you have a deaf pet, one of the important things you want to work on is that recall and having them look back at you and check in with you. Because how do you get their attention if they're away from you?
Right.
With cats in the house, you could potentially like turn lights on and off, or with dogs inside the house. With dogs outside of the house, having them and keeping them on a leash is a pretty ideal, because that way, even like a long lead, you could still do a little tug or a little vibration on the leash to get their attention.
To let them know you need them. I know.
Absolutely.
My wife, it's okay, man. Come on back over here. Back with the humans.
Right.
The pug that she had that was over 17 years old, poor little Phoebe started going deaf, and she would sometimes walk over and kind of bump the wall and then start barking at the wall because she didn't know where she was.
Absolutely.
And I know that was something we had to navigate with her.
Yeah, and that's the thing, starting off young, because we had a cat that was deaf. We've had dogs that went deaf and cats that went deaf, over their lifespan because they got older and aged. And so, getting their attention can be a little bit hard, but it's certainly something that you can navigate.
Is there a particular type of training? Is there maybe somebody here locally, something you guys can help out with, or is it YouTube videos? What would you recommend?
I would definitely do your research. VCA Valley Animal Hospital, so VCA, has some really, really great information on training deaf dogs and deaf cats on their website. You can just do a Google search for VCA and then deaf dog or deaf cat, and lots of good info comes up from them. They're pretty trusted veterinarians. But also talking with your veterinarian to see kind of what they recommend. The Well-Trained Dog has good dog training as well. We've partnered with them before. Dr. Megan Maxwell is a certified applied animal behaviorist. She can work with animals as well, but there's definitely resources around the area and out there. But there are things that you can do, and it's pretty minimal. Deaf dogs and deaf cats can really navigate their world really well, sometimes better than humans can. But it's just kind of a matter of working with them to make sure that they are safe in doing so.
One thing just kind of popped into my head, would making sure and regular ear cleanings too, like making sure your dog's ears are clean, because I know that depending on different breeds, they can get pretty dirty. Again, with the pug, they can get
Right.
pretty dirty.
Definitely, I would watch out for ear mites, and you do have to be very, very careful. I would recommend if you're seeing some debris and dirt or buildup in your pet's ear, dog or cat. I would recommend seeing your vet. I actually had one of my cats to the vet yesterday, and he showed me kind of a good way to clean, because there's a nerve that runs through the cat, right by the cat's ears, that you have to be really careful of. So you don't want to dig too deep. You don't want to massage too hard.
Right.
So I really appreciate that info from my veterinarian,
Okay.
so I don't do damage to the ear. But certainly something to think about, especially if you're seeing that buildup. They may have ear mites, so something you might want to treat.
Okay, some great information there, and little Georgie, you'll come back over here one more time before we let you out. Come over here,
Come on,
man. Come on,
bud.
come here.
Come this way.
Come over this way.
You're handsome.
Yeah, how about it? All right. Well, he's like, oh, I don't know. All right. Well, look, there's Georgie. You can adopt him right now.